All right, guys, good morning. Happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Today, we're going to go over lesson 15. It's pretty much going over the same thing that we've been learning, dividing multi-digit decimals and trying to find their quotients. Today's objective, again, is I can use my knowledge of dividing multi-digit numbers to solve for quotients of multi-digit decimals. Okay, we spent, almost a whole week dividing multi-digit numbers, and that kind of set the framework and the foundation for dividing multi-digit decimals. And it made it a lot easier, I think, on you guys. So I'm glad that really helped. First of all, we're going to start with a quick brain power activity. Numbers 1 through 4, I want you to try on your own. Okay, this is just like an activity to get your brain worked up and ready to go. These should be really quick, so try these really quick on your own. Pause the video and then restart when you are done. Okay, so you should have done these on your own. Okay, let's go over number 1. Number 1 is 770 divided by 14. 14 is going to go into 77 5 times, and that is going to be 70. Okay, when I subtract this, I get 7. And then I bring down the next number, which is a 70, and look at that. It's going to go into 70 again 5 times, so my answer comes out to 55. Let's look at number 2. Number 2 is 1005 divided by 5. 5 is going to go into 10 twice. We subtract this, and we get 0. Bring down the next number. 5 goes into 0 again once, and then we bring down the next, 5 doesn't go into 0, so we have to put down a 0, and then you have to bring down the 5 next, and 5 goes into itself one time. So our answer comes out to 201. Okay, number 3 was probably the hardest problem, just because you had to add a decimal and a 0 because it did not go in evenly. So 8 goes into 15 once. You subtract that and you get 7. You bring down the 0. 8 goes into 70 8 times. That is 64. We subtract that and we get 6. And then you bring down the 0. 8 goes into 60 7 times. That is 56. And we have a remainder of 4, so we need to add a decimal, bring it straight up, and add a 0 and drop it all the way down. And 8's going to go into 40 5 times. So my answer to this is 187 and 5/10. All right, guys, the last problem is number 4. I have 1,260 divided by 5. 1,260 divided by 5. 5 goes into 12 twice. That is 10. Bring down the 6. 5 goes into 26 5 times. That is 25. And we have 1 left over. Bring down the last number, which is a 0. And 5 is going to go into 10 twice with no remainder. So we know we are correct. My answer comes out to 252. All right, guys, that was just a warm-up. Now let's get into some real decimal division problems. Let's look at number 5. I have 25 divided by 6 and 25/100ths. My first step is to make this divisor a whole number. So I have to move the decimal twice to the right, and that's going to change it to 625. Okay, now I have a 25 here. There's an imaginary decimal at the end. Okay, and I'm going to move it twice. That means I need to add 2 zeros. So my problem changes to 2,500 divided by 625. Well, 625 can't go into 250, so we have to start with the whole thing. Okay, and think of 60 times 4. That is 2,400. So let's try 625 times 4. This is 20, 8, 10, and 24, 25. So it goes in evenly with no remainders 4 times. 4 is our answer. Okay, 6 and 7. I want you to go ahead and try on your own. Pause the video and try these really quick on your own, and then restart the video when you are done. Just a quick tip, on number 6, you're going to have to add a decimal and a 0, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. You should have done these on your own after pausing the video. My first problem is 6 3/10 divided by 1 5/10. I need to move the decimal one space over. So my problem turns into 63 divided by 15, okay? 15 is going to go into 63 4 times, and it's going to be 60. Okay, and I have a remainder of 3, so I have to add a decimal, bring the decimal straight up, and drop the 0. 15 is going to go into 30 twice with no remainder, so my answer comes out to 4 2/10. All right, guys, the last problem, number 7. I have 425 divided by 2 5/10. Okay. I'm going to move the decimal one space to the right, which means I need to add a 0 here. So my new problem turns into 4,250 divided by 25. And 25 is going to go into 42 once. We subtract that and we get 17. And we bring down the 5. Thinking of quarters, 25 is going to go into 175 7 times. That goes in evenly. And all we have left is a 0, so we add it to my answer. So my answer comes out to 170. All right, guys, last problem before I get you on the problem set. I have this example 4 says, Shelly once was given this number sentence and was asked to place the decimal point correctly in the quotient. So Shelly solved the problem, and she got this as an answer. Okay, it's asking us, do we agree with Shelly? Divide to prove your answer is correct. So I'm going to go ahead and divide this. Okay, I have 55 and 6,875. 10 thousandths divided by 6 and 75 hundredths. I'm going to move the decimal twice to the right in the divisor to make that a whole number. So I need to do the same thing in the dividend. So my new problem turns into 5,568 and 75 hundredths divided by 675. Okay, 675 is going to go into 5,568 8 times. Okay, and this is going to come out to 5,400. Going to subtract this, and it comes out to 168. Bring my decimal straight up and drop the 7. 675 is going to go into 1,687 twice. When I multiply that, it's going to be 1,350. And I subtract that, and I get 337. I bring down the last number, which is a 5, and 675 is going to go into 375. Let's try 5 times. And look at that. It goes in evenly with no remainder. So my answer comes out to 8 25 hundredths. So do we agree with Shelly? We don't, because she had the correct numbers but had the decimal in the wrong place. All right, guys, I'm going to send you this problem set, okay? I only want you to do 5 problems. So you can choose any of these problems on the problem set, do 5 of them, and then get that turned in. All right, guys,